all comes to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Stroll, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Perez, Sainz, Griffiths, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Ocon. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, a real authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome back to Anthony Davidson. Well, welcome back after all the testing, the build-up. It all now comes down to this.
Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing, like you say. The drivers will be revving inside, heart rates going, trying to burst out their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
So then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars come back to the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium. Failing that, within the points.
Okay, pull the clutch in, hold it there until the start. Right, feed in the throttle, let's build the revs. Okay, clutch out, go, go, go! That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. DRS is being enabled this lap. You can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. And that's us in 10th position. It's Hamilton ahead. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, so gap to the leader, 6.9 seconds. You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. That's Sainz behind you now. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time, 1:34.3. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. closing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. Okay, mate, engine's running very, very hot. Okay, mate, engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now, please. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. there's a large group of slower cars just ahead. If you want to pit, we're close to a window. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. Okay, let's go now. Come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. All right, we're last of the running cars right now, and that's Hulkenberg ahead of you now. Okay, they're on old hard tyres, and that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Okay, 22 laps left. Okay, Yuki is coming in for his stop now. Okay, so the car ahead's come in and fixed the soft tyre. Piastri ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 5.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. Pit window opens in 12 laps time. 12 laps. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 3.9 seconds. Gap to the car ahead is around 2 seconds. Okay, you're in ninth position. Stroll is ahead of you. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Sainz is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. The distance to the leader, 12.1 seconds. You've got 10 laps until your pit window opens. Pit window opens in 10 laps. 19 laps to go. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.7 seconds. Okay, mate, after that front wing damage, we've got to look after it now. Please protect the front wing. Come on. Okay, Sainz is ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1 minute 33.5. Okay, you're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got. only have to stop once now, one stop left. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. Ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1:33.7. Okay, they're building a lead of 6/10 a lap. Come on. Behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done. Okay, so that last lap, 1:34.7. A Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop. Gap to your teammate behind, 2.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. They're in 9th place. Your last lap time, 1:34.3. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.7 seconds. Oh, mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it. Good work, we're in P4. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Yuki behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, gap to leader, 18.6 seconds. Your pit window's going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 12 laps to go. Fourth position, you're in 4th position. It's Hamilton ahead. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, car behind is Yuki. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Our gap to 1st place, 18.7 seconds. Your pit window's going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 12 laps to go. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out. Okay, we can't take you right now. Pit next lap. Next lap. Car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. There seems to have been a problem removing the right rear wheel. We need to try and put it behind us though, and let's finish this race strong. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Okay, clear. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.2 seconds. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Good job, nice overtake. Red Bull drivers just moved into first place. In this lap, push now. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Okay, mate, Leclerc ahead. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance and the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Piastri's behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 8 laps old. Time last lap, 1 minute 32.5. Good work, we're in P4. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Piastri's behind you now. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, so gap to the leader, 1.8 seconds. Your pit window's now open, pit window is open. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Leclerc ahead. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Norris behind. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. The distance to the leader, 1.5 seconds. Your pit window is open, pit window currently open. Come on, just 3 laps to go, 3 laps. Gap to your teammate behind, 6.7 seconds. Okay, mate, that still wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus to the end of the race. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, clear. You're currently in P3. Leclerc is ahead of you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Norris is behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
He has left the field behind. It is victory for Max Verstappen.
It's always great to kick off the season with a race victory. You hit the ground running, and it's really good for your confidence as well moving forward. It's so important to set off on the right footing, and that's exactly what they've been able to achieve today.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they've secured here. Been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. Can't wait to see what's next.